Hello everyone, welcome here to Abu Dhabi. I'm Tar Heels 48. I'll be commentating today's race. This is round 14 of the Tier 1 calendar, the final round. We've got a couple of championships up for grabs today. In the Drivers' Championship, we've got two drivers entering this race level on points, both with a chance to win, Mr. Bean and Ramsey. Their teams are also both in contention for the Constructors' title here, those two teams being McLaren and Haas. A number of battles up and down throughout the grid. Alright, screen seems a bit zoomed. Let me look into that. Alright, sorry about that. Hopefully it looks a little better now. I think I figured it out. Cool. Yeah, sorry about that, but glad we got that out of the way. And now we're good to go, and we will be able to bring you the rest of this race uninterrupted, hopefully. So qualifying underway. We see we've got a number of cars taken to the track here. And let's see if we can pick up with the action, see where everyone is at. Looks like we've had a few cars cross the line to start laps. We've got 4 cars on hot laps at the moment. We'll see if we can jump on with one of those. Here we got Mr. Bean, one of our title contenders. So let's see how things are looking for him. Using every bit of the track there at the end of the long straight. Good entry into the chicane. He's coming up on one of the Alpines. Getting a pretty nice toe out of that. And there you see the Alpine get out of the way before we get into the turn. You always love to see that. Looking like a pretty solid, clean lap so far. Mr. Bean always has a lot of pace everywhere we go. So you see Craig sets the first benchmark, 126. And Mr. Bean tops that with a 122.5. So it's a pretty solid lap for the opening stage of qualifying, but we'll see how things develop over the next 15 minutes or so. You see Joe Biodome is just a couple tenths behind with a 122.7. And we see a number of cars starting to follow through the laps. And we'll see if we can get on board with another driver as they start a hot lap. Let's see where everyone's at. And try to see who might be a good one to follow along with here. Let's see what Ramsey's up to, our other championship contender. He just crosses the line to set his first time. He's about half a second off of Mr. Bean at this stage, but we still got quite a ways to go, so anything could happen. See Adri here in the Alpine. So very nice to see him rejoin Purell as a full-time driver here in the later stages of the season. He's had a number of good runs here. It's looking pretty solid. Let's see where he ends up at the end of this lap. The 7th place. So a little over second, 1.3 seconds off the leader's pace, but solidly in contention there. You see Timgra is invalidated, returned to the pits. Here we have Justin in the Aston Martin. A happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to Gourd Sauce as well, who is not racing with us today. And Justin's boarding and returning to the pits here. Let's see what Nico John's up to. So it looks like he's starting a hot lap here. Let's see if we can hop on board and ride along with him. Definitely putting those brakes to the test at the end of this long straight here, getting slowed in for that chicane, going from over 200 miles per hour to 70, 80 miles per hour. It's going to be testing a lot of our drivers during the race today. So Nico's getting around the track pretty good. It's been nice to see him return to PRL this season after taking a sabbatical for a couple of seasons. Always happy to have him on the grid. Let's see where this lap is going to put Nico. He improves a little bit. He takes 11th place from Pixel Knight, who's reserving with us today. And it looks like his teammate, Mr. Bean, is coming back out. We'll be starting another hot lap here in a minute or so. So look to see if he can improve on his provisional pole time. But let's see who we've still got out there on hot laps. Kind of reached that mid-session lull a little bit, but we got a couple of cars making some times. It looks like Ghost Viper SRK's on a hot lap here, so we'll follow along with him. Currently in 11th place, 0.3 of a second off of the top 10. We'll look to see if he can improve upon that a little bit. So far he's 1.6 seconds down. Maybe he's just getting set up for another lap here. But Mr. Bean has started his next hot lap, so let's jump on board with him. So through Sector 1, looks about level with his previous best lap time. Again, using every last bit of that track there. Nice wide entry into the corner. Looking pretty solid so far. Let's see how he's looking at the end of the second sector. So just 0.2 down on his top lap time. But we'll see what Sector 3 has in store for him here. Oh, and he's decided to abort that. I guess he didn't like what he saw. and he will have plenty of time to go back out there and make another attempt at it later. And it looks like his championship competitor is starting a lap of his own here. It's the perfect timing for us, and we will jump on board with him and see how that's going. So he's up a little over a tenth on his best time through the first sector. Looking good so far. We got to get onto that nice long DRS straight. It's a top speed of 207 miles per hour. And all the way down to 45 miles per hour in second gear. Nice to see that McLaren stay out of his way. So through sector 2, Ramsey's up just a bit on his best time. He's coming around the final corner. Let's see where this puts him. And he gains a little over 4/10 of a second. He's still a little over a tenth off of Mr. Bean's best time, but that does move him up into second place. So we've got our title contenders 1-2 as it stands right now. Setting us up for a pretty exciting showdown. You see Joe currently in third place is coming back in. We've got Linus in the Sauber, setting his first lap time of the day, and that'll put him in 7th place so far. Let's see what's going on out there. Got Aston Martin. Got GK Bass on an outlap. So I believe all the times he's set so far have been on mediums. So this might be his first legitimate lap on the preferred tire compound. This could be a pretty exciting one, so let's pay attention, see how it goes. Yeah, there you see 3/10 up on that time he had previously set, at least through sector 1. Now we'll see how the rest of the lap goes for him. Looking pretty good so far. Getting around the last few corners here. Looked a little close there, but doesn't look like the game has invalidated him. But he is aborting that lap and returning to the pits, nevertheless. And here we jump on board with our co-joint championship leader, Mr. Bean. And we see he has managed through Sector 2 to best his so far provisional pole time by over 2/10 of a second. So still finding more pace. Yes, we really don't have many drivers on the track right now, just 4. Looks like everyone's probably going to be setting up for one final run at the end of qualifying, as we've got about 3 minutes left in this session. But we'll see where this lap puts Mr. Bean. He does improve by about 2/10 of a second, so 122.3 puts him 3/10 of a second out of touch from the rest of the field. Pretty good lap. But I think I'm not sure if he'll have time to set another time or not. I don't think he'd have time to come in and pit and go back out there at least, but maybe he'll try to do another lap on the tires that he's got. So we'll follow along with that and see what he decides to do. But regardless, he has the provisional pole time at the moment with a pretty solid lap. And now you see the mass exodus from pit road on the track map there. Pretty much everyone is coming out to get a time in here at the end of qualifying with a nice rubbered in track. Everyone will be looking to maximize their pace as much as possible here. Currently on hot laps, looks like we've got Pixel Knight in the Mercedes, Rusty Oil Can in the Ferrari. And both of those guys are on this long straightaway. We're going to be topping 200 miles per hour consistently every lap during qualifying with the advantage of the DRS. So Pixel now in that second DRS zone. Nice to see him racing with us on a Sunday. I think it's been a while. He's been racing midweek this season. Been a while since we've seen him on Sundays as far as I can recall. But good to see him back out there. And he's aborting, letting Rusty go. It looks like Rusty mumming is 2/10 up on his previous best time. And we'll see what he can do as he comes across the finish line here in a few seconds. So he has improved by 0.3 of a second. He's in 15th place at the moment. And I don't believe he'll have time to do another lap here with the way things are shaking out. So we got Adri starting another hot lap here. It looks like just behind him we have the Yuppie making a return to PRL. So that's pretty exciting. One of our early on champions of this league. It's been a while since I've seen him race, but very cool to see him back out there. Be interesting to see what kind of pace he has. Yeah, we got a lot of laps going on out here, so pretty hard to try to figure out what to look at. So we see the Sauber and Linus is set a time that puts him in 3rd place. His qualifying is done. And so we have hit the end of the timer for the qualifying session. So only the laps that are currently in progress will count. We've got a bunch of cars coming across the line here. I think a few invalidated. I think Joe will be our next car to set a time, so definitely be interested in what that looks like. And he is able to move up to 3rd place, but he is still behind Ramsey, so we've still got our 2 title contenders 1-2 as it stands now. And here we have the Yuppie about to cross the line to set his 1 time to lap. He's in 15th place. And looks like that's the McLaren and Nico John. Best Justin there, up to 12th. And I think we're running out of drivers on laps. Looks like Ramsey's the final one. So, yeah, he's well off the pace here. This is not a hot lap. And, yeah, you can see he's bringing into pit road. So that'll be qualifying complete. Got, solid 19 driver grid for today's race. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get to a full grid, but we got a really good group of guys out here. It should be a good race for us. We can start to go through the qualifying rundown here. We'll probably get timed out in a minute and then go back to the other menu, and that's fine. We'll finish it from there. But there you see in 1st place, got Mr. Bean 2024. 2nd place, Ramsey. Those are our 2 guys entering today, joint on points. But, of course, now with that 1st place qualifying run, Mr. Bean takes pole and the 1 point for that. So he is technically entering this race with the points lead. 3rd place, Joe Biodome. And I didn't mean to do that. 3rd place, Joe Biodome. 4th, Linus. 5th, Adri K. 6th, GK Bass. 7th, It's Furzy. Morrison 8th. Balzerga in 9th. The Ghost Viper SRK rounding out the top 10. 11th place, we've got Timgra. 12th, we've got Definite Beast. Nico John in 13th. Justin in 14th. Pixel Knight in 15th. Yuppie in 16th. Jay Story 17th. Rusty Oil Can in 18th. And Craig is rounding out the grid in 19th. Get a quick look at Race Director, see if there's anything of note to highlight here. And it looks like we're done. Alright, so hopefully all our drivers will get a couple minutes or so to get everything set up. Hopefully no one readies up early. But we've got a great race for us set up here. Exciting championship battles, exciting battles points-wise all throughout the grid. Always a fun track to go to do it. I think it's pretty cool we were able to line up and do our season finale here just like real-life Formula 1. It's a great track for it. Expect to see a lot of exciting battles throughout the day. I'm going to take a brief pause here while the drivers are getting set up, and we'll be back in a couple minutes. Alright, and our drivers are taking off to start their formation lap. And let's see if we can get a look at what tires the guys have decided to go with. Anticipate the tire strategy for today will be either medium hard or hard medium. Don't think we'll see any two stoppers, but you never know really. And there you see our top four all starting in mediums. And then from there, got a pretty fairly even split of guys on mediums versus hards. So it'll be interesting to see how that ends up working out for everyone. But at least for our top four in the race, they'll all be starting on a level playing field. So it'll just be up to them to fight through it. It looks like one of our drivers has gone through one of the warning boards. Yeah, Mr. Bean's taking on another one of the boards on the side of the track. So hopefully no one was planning on using that for reference today. I don't know, maybe they get reset before the race, but it won't be there for the rest of the formation lap at least. And Mr. Bean making his way through Sector 3. We'll be looking to see him back on the grid here shortly. And looks like Amazon thinks we're going to have some 2 and 3 stoppers today. Not so sure about that, but I don't know, when has Amazon ever been wrong before? So we'll go ahead and get ready for the start of this race. Got a nice view of our leaders here as the back of the grid is making its way back around to the starting grid. And here we go. Lights are out, and this race is underway. Looks like Ramsey has gotten the jump here. Ramsey with the lead and into turn one. Pretty good start from him to put himself in contention to have the championship in his own hands. Mr. Bean fighting back pretty hard now, as you would expect. And Mr. Bean to the inside, and he is, well, Ramsey's not giving it up. They're going side by side into the chicane. Nice solid battle, and they're still side by side heading out of the chicane. Nice to see these guys going through there clean, but both fighting for it. You can tell they both want this championship. Neither one willing to give it up, but as of now, Mr. Bean has the advantage. Oh, and you see Linus in the Sauber was a little squirrely there. It doesn't look like he lost too much, just a couple of spots, and he's still going. But Mr. Bean still in the lead, maybe breaking away just a little bit. About a half a second advantage at the moment. And it looks like everyone else is around clean. So overall, nice solid start to the race. Everyone, all 19 cars still going. No single file at the moment, but we will keep a close eye on everything and try to find where the battles are as they pop up. Yes, we're on the second lap. DRS is now active. And you can see that Ramsey is able to make up a little bit of ground on that long straight there. And we'll see going into the second DRS zone if the DRS lets him put a move on Mr. Bean at all. He gets a little close, but not quite close enough. Mr. Bean still retains the lead as it stands now. Through the grid here a little bit. So yeah, everyone's still single file. Pretty close together all the way throughout. So the Yuppies dropped off just a little bit, but maybe had to make it back into DRS range of Craig here. But other than that, it looks like just about everyone else is within DRS range of the car in front as it stands. So Ramsey may have closed up here just a little bit entering the first DRS zone. We'll see if he's able to take advantage of that. So he's putting a move on, and he has gotten to Mr. Bean's inside, and he has gotten in front before the braking zone. So that is Ramsey to the lead. And we'll see if he can hold it through here as Mr. Bean will have DRS of his own in the second zone. And it looks like that DRS is going to be the kingmaker today as Mr. Bean is able to get back to the front as it stands now, of course. Oh, a little loose there, but he's still going. No harm, no foul. And let's see if we can get this tire information off of the screen now. Give us some of our real estate back. Yeah. Before we do that, let's take a look here at the position changes. So It's Furzy has made up 3 spots here at the start of the race. He's our big mover up towards the top of the field. Jay Story's made up 4 places a little farther back. Guys that have run into a little trouble. Adria's lost 10 spots so far. Unfortunately, I didn't catch exactly what happened to him. Nico's lost 3 spots, and the Yuppie's lost 3 spots. Alright, so now let's get our real estate back here. As we see DRS again. Ramsey using it to his full advantage. Getting back to the lead. But of course, we will see the favors swapped here with Mr. Bean having DRS in the second DRS zone. Not a lot of battery though. But he has gotten back to the front. So I've seen several lead changes between these two so far early on. Nice to see our 2 championship leaders both up here fighting 1-2 and fighting cleanly with each other. Really great championship battle for us here to watch. See if we see another swap here. I think Ramsey may be a little too far back to take it on this occasion. But of course, we do have the second DRS zone following right after the first. But also, he does have Joe Bidom right behind him to deal with. So at this stage of the race, we've started to have a 3-car breakaway. As you see Ramsey, DRS in the second DRS zone, getting alongside at the end of the straight, heading into the corner, but not quite enough there to take the lead on this lap at least. But again, really nice to see those guys battling for it, battling cleanly. Hopefully we have 29 laps of this, because the first 5 laps have been really good to watch. But as these guys are going into Sector 1, we'll try to catch up with the guys a little farther back in the field and see what is happening back there. Again, most guys within DRS range of the guys in front. We've got a few exceptions there. A lot of close racing throughout the field. So we see the Yuppie, he had been 17th place, or he had been 19th place earlier, but he's made up a couple spots and he's now in 17th. So back up here with our leaders. So Mr. Bean holding the lead there through the first of the 2 DRS zones. But Ramsey here with DRS in the second again. Let's see where that puts him, and yeah, he's still in second place. So charging his battery a little bit, maybe making a run here on the next lap. But Mr. Bean is holding the lead here through lap 6. It'll be interesting to see what these guys elect to do pit strategy wise, both of them on the medium tires. Will one of these guys try to get the undercut on the other? You'd have to imagine that Ramsey would be in the better position to make the undercut, being the trailing driver at the moment, but again, they've been swapping the lead, and you really never know what could happen. Is the undercut even going to be advantageous if someone tries it? Ramsey's pulling out to the inside of Mr. Bean at the end of the straight. And he's going to take the lead going into the chicane. But of course, Mr. Bean is going to have DRS of his own here in the second DRS zone. And he gets alongside and ahead. And Mr. Bean back to the lead. Does look like these two may be starting to pull away from Joe Biden just a little bit. At the moment, he is just inside or just barely outside of DRS range, depending on where they're at. Mr. Bean and Ramsey both appear to have the advantage at the moment. Looking a little farther back, it's Furzy, who had been solidly in fourth for most of the race. He's still in fourth in the moment, but the cars behind have caught up to him. We've got GK Bass well within striking distance, looking to make a move. He's on those hard tires. Maybe we have reached the crossover point. Maybe the hard tires are a little faster now. Looks like we have our first pit stop of the day. Craig in the Williams is in. Looks like he's going to get rid of those mediums. Assume his crew will have a set of hards waiting for him. Yep, there they go. Craig is back out there. As you see, Mr. Bean holds the lead through the first DRS zone. A little farther back, we've had a move as Morris in the Ferrari has gotten by GK Bass. Now it'll be Morris looking to strike. Actually, Bass was previously in fifth, so it looks like Linus and the Sauber got by him as well. So it's currently Sauber looking to strike Furzy in the Red Bull. See more moves further back as Justin's gotten by Timgra. The Yuppie's gotten by Nico. But up front, still Mr. Bean with the lead. And Ramsey right on his tail, just waiting for him to make a mistake. So again, what more can we ask for as far as the championship battle goes? Got our two competitors entering today's race tied on points, or entering the day tied on points. And they've been running 1-2, swapping positions with each other the entire race. Really one of the best championship battles that I can remember seeing. And here in lap 9, these guys have been so close and paced to each other in this race, but it's been very clean. We got a caution a little farther back. It looks like maybe a Mercedes slow. And unfortunately, Definite Beast appears to have run into some problem there. But he's back running. Looks like no harm, no foul. No damage that I can see. So he's still out there running in 12th place, a little farther back than he was, but still running. So unfortunately, it looks like Balzerga has just disconnected. So he will probably rapidly drop back from the 10th place that he was previously in. Let's see if we can get him an invite and get him back into the race. That's unfortunate. You always hate to see someone disconnect. Alright, and his AI is electing to give him a pit stop. Hopefully that's what he wanted, but I'm going to guess it probably isn't. You also have Linus in the Sauber making his pit stop. Looks like he's gone from mediums to mediums, so he may be going for a two-stopper here. Definite Beast also makes a pit stop after running that slight problem that he had a little earlier on. And up front, Ramsey is taking the lead from Mr. Bean. But again, entering that second DRS zone, that's going to give Mr. Bean the advantage. And while we were following the happenings a little farther back in the field, you can see that Ramsey and Mr. Bean have both managed to break away from Joe Biden a little bit more. So now they have about a 2-second advantage on him. So it's just their race at the moment. So you see Ramsey has managed to hold on to the lead through that second DRS zone. and into Sector 3. So again, that's another clean swap for the lead. Really incredible battle between these two. They've both been top of the point standings pretty much all season long between them and Joe. So I think no matter what happens, we're going to have a deserving champion here. It's been a great season of PRL action. And yeah, we've got a couple of great champions up here showing us the best the PRL has to offer. As Mr. Bean is going to have DRS on the longer straight here. Maybe holding back just a little bit to try to make the move in the second zone. As he knows if you make the move in the first zone, it is very easy for the guy that just got past to take advantage of the DRS in the second zone and take the lead from there. So you see our first 3-second penalty of the race. Definite Beast picks up a 3-second penalty for warnings. And Mr. Bean makes the move at the end of the second DRS zone, and he is back to the front. And it looks like Balzerga has left us again. Appears to be a bad day for his ISP. We'll see if we can get him back in there. And Mr. Bean has made the first move. Mr. Bean and Joe both pitting on the same lap to get off of those mediums. They leave Ramsey out there to go at least one lap longer. And yes, Mr. Bean does move to the hards. And Joe moves to the hards as well. Looks like Joe, did he have a penalty to serve? His crew kept him in there a little longer. It was a little interesting. Not sure what happened there. Good to see that Balzerga is able to make it back in. Stamp Boss Linus on those fresh mediums. Appears to be the fastest driver on track right now. Let's catch up here with Ramsey. Want to see where he's at the end of this lap and see if he elects to follow Mr. Bean into the pits. Oh no, Rusty has retired from the session. Looks like he retired in the pits. Doesn't look like that was caused by an accident. So that will be our first DNF of the day. No safety car, just a sector caution in Sector 3. And we'll send Balzerga another invite once we see what Ramsey elects to do here. And he is going to come into the pits one lap after Mr. Bean. So we'll see how much of an undercut Mr. Bean ends up getting out of that. Again, these guys were running nose and tail before the pit stops. And so any advantage we see on the track will likely be an advantage caused by the undercut. See Ramsey go onto the hard tires. GK Bass takes the lead. He has not made a pit stop yet. I believe he was one of our guys who started the race on the hard tires. And yeah, Ramsey is going to probably be a little upset to see Mr. Bean has made it a little ways down the road here. That undercut has given him about a 2-second advantage. So it's going to be hard to make that up. But we still have a long way to go, not even a halfway yet. As Linus in the Sauber has made his way from a little farther back by virtue of stopping a little earlier and going onto the medium tires. Oh, well, that was close there. We almost had contact, but fortunately no contact was made. And the Sauber is continuing to go. But as I was saying, the Sauber had stopped a little earlier than the other guys. I believe he started the race on mediums and put on another set of mediums, and he made his way up to these front runners by doing that. But of course he will have to stop again, and you see that Joe Bidom in the Alpine has made his way past. So yeah, like we were saying, Ramsey is now over 2 seconds behind Mr. Bean, whereas they were running nose and tail earlier. So Mr. Bean has been able to achieve a little bit of separation from this, but he is having to deal with traffic now as he is behind the Alpine of Adri, who has not made a pit stop yet, or at least I believe he has not made a pit stop yet. Yes, so Bass, Adri, and the Yuppie are our only drivers who have not made stops yet. But Mr. Bean still being held up just a little bit by Adri, it looks like. Ramsey has managed to close up some of the gap, not all of it. But there you see Mr. Bean able to go past in that first DRS zone. So now Ramsey is going to have to try to make up ground and catch up to and pass Adri as well. He will not have DRS here, I believe. Could be wrong about that. That he is now within 7/10 of a second of the car in front, and he has Joe Bidom to deal with right behind him. He has managed to close up through this cycle. Again, he's stopping the same lap as Mr. Bean, so slight undercut there. You see the Haas of Ramsey sandwiched in between these two Alpines, so he should be significantly faster than Adri, who has not made his pit stop yet, but him and Joe are pretty similar on pace. Ramsey's going to try to make the move down here on the starting pit road stretch, and he is able to get by there. Joe has gotten by as well. And we have a caution a little further back. It looks like it's the other Haas. The Yuppie slow heading into the pits. I'm not sure if he planned to pit there, if he pitted due to the circumstances, but he is making his first stop of the race. Soon he will be going on to mediums and getting back out there. Mr. Bean chasing down the leader, GK Bass, who of course has not made a pit stop yet, so not necessarily how things will cycle out, but GK Bass is the leader on the track at the moment, but perhaps not for long, as Mr. Bean has DRS here in the second DRS zone, and he's making a move. Mr. Bean back to the front. And through all of that, through Mr. Bean getting the DRS on GK Bass, which probably helped a little bit, through Ramsey getting held up a little bit by Adri, we now have about 3 seconds separating our two championship contenders. Ramsey, of course, still has GK Bass in front of him to deal with. GK does not pit on this lap. Ramsey will likely get DRS on this next lap. Or he could get him even before that. Ramsey determined to go ahead and get by as soon as possible. Gets him on the starting straight. Ramsey back up to second place. Now he's only 2.2 seconds behind our leader. So he may have even made up a little time there. He may have been aggressively using his battery to get by and not be held up. So now he's going to be making the chase while simultaneously trying to hold off the car behind, Joe Bidom. Joe, of course, will have DRS here. And depending on how this plays out, this could be an opportunity for Ramsey. But they could play DRS leapfrog, or maybe they don't need to, because Ramsey looks to have some really solid pace now. Joe's not really challenging Ramsey at the moment, and Ramsey is making up time rapidly. He's gone from about 2.2 seconds back to 1.4 seconds left on this lap. So this is probably going to be a contender for fastest lap of the race as things stand now, I would have to guess. But Ramsey continuing to make up time and try to make this battle a battle once again. And you see more 3-second warnings getting picked up here. I've got a number of drivers with 3-second time penalties due to multiple warnings at the moment. We'll obviously have to keep an eye on the guys up front and see if that could be a determining factor in our championship battle. You would hate to see it come down to that, but that is part of the game. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the race director and see if we can see where these guys are at. It appears no warnings for Mr. Bean. It appears no warnings for Ramsey. So at the moment, neither one appears to have a threat of receiving a 3-second time penalty. So this should come down to the battle on track. So Ramsey, about 1.3, 1.4 seconds back. Again, he had been a lot farther than that back, so he has made up some time. Pretty much holding steady on this particular lap, though. But we still have a long way to go. Lap 17 of 29. Plenty of time for a move to be made. So starting to see some separation throughout the field now. A lot of cars running by themselves. See Justin in 7th place, the birthday boy. Good race for him. Tim Grine 8th, has Ghost Viper right behind him. This appears to be our closest battle within the top 10 outside of our front runners right now. GK Bass has just put on the new medium tires. He should be going to the end on those mediums. So it'll be interesting to see if he has a pace advantage on the other guys who are around him who are running hards. And then Definite Beast and Adri, not too far behind at the moment. And a little farther back here, we've got the Mercedes Pixel Knight, the Williams of J Story, locked in a battle. We have a caution. Looks like it's one of the Mercedes. It's Definite Beast again. He's running into some sort of problem. But he is able to get it going again. He's lost a significant amount of track position, unfortunately. He is 16th at the moment, and he may be about to lose that to the Yuppie, who is right behind him. He has more momentum at the moment. So the Yuppie does get by. Oh, maybe a little contact there, but it looks like they're all still going. But as that was all going on, looking up towards the front, Ramsey has continued to cut the gap down. So instead of being outside of DRS range, he is now right on the rear wing of Mr. Bean. Once again, he will have DRS into this first DRS zone. Maybe a slight lock up there, maybe a game network artifact. I'm not sure we'll ever know. But nevertheless, Ramsey has DRS, and he is on the charge. He will not be able to make a move here in the first DRS zone, but does close the gap a little. And of course, we have a second DRS zone to follow. Ramsey will have DRS here. Starts it about half a second behind. As you see, Definite Beast is retired in the pits. Looks like that will not bring out a safety car or anything to that effect. So we still keep going. 15 cars or 17 cars still in the race. 2 DNF so far. Ramsey's still chasing Mr. Bean. And Joe Bidom is right behind. So we've got a 3-car battle for the lead once again. So it looks like we've got another caution, Sector 1. That is Definite Beast, retired car. The game has decided to send it back onto the track. So that it's given us a local caution. Hopefully nothing too bad for these guys to deal with. And the car has disappeared. Finally. Entering the first DRS zone once again. Ramsey, again, about half a second behind entering this. We'll see how much time he's able to make up through the DRS. So a little farther back in the field, we've got a couple of pit stops. Morris in the Ferrari, Ghost Viper in the Red Bull making pit stops. Those are their second pit stops respectively of the day. So Ramsey does not get alongside Mr. Bean there, but he does close the gap quite a bit, and he is going to make another run at it here in the second DRS zone. Gets to the outside, does not make the pass. But Mr. Bean was definitely under threat there. So yeah, really nice after the way that pit cycle played out to see that these guys are back to where they started before the pit cycle. Ramsey has managed to neutralize that undercut And we have, again, a head-to-head battle for the championship on the track. Our two contenders running 1-2, nose to tail. Really solid championship battle. But of course, Joe Bidom is also there looking to play spoiler, looking to get one more win this season. We should have ourselves a thrilling finish here. We've got about 9 laps to go. Aside from the way the pit cycle played out, aside from the undercut, these guys have all pretty much been pigs under a blanket this entire race. You see Nico John picks up another penalty. That gives us 5 of our guys on track with a 3-second time penalty as we stand now. And Ramsey makes the move in that first DRS zone. Ramsey to the lead. But Mr. Bean will be able to answer here with DRS of his own in the second DRS zone. And Mr. Bean does get alongside. They are side by side through the corner. But Ramsey comes out on top. Ramsey still with the lead. As Mr. Bean is going to look to make him. Oh, we got very close to some contact there. But we are still clean. Still going. Really solid battle here. Ramsey continues to have the advantage. Ramsey at the lead. And it looks like Joe Bidom has managed to get past Mr. Bean as well. So Mr. Bean has gone from first to third in short order. His hopes of defending his previous 2 straight championships, he's now looking to be on his back foot. He'll have some work to do if he wants to make it 3 in a row. Ramsey, a previous Tier 2 champion, looking for his first top flight PRL championship. And right now, just in a matter of a lap, things change quite a lot. He looks to now be the favorite, perhaps. But we still do have a long way to go. Mr. Bean could be saving something, but he it seems to be dropping time still quite a bit. As Ramsey continues to hold the lead, Joe is right behind. Joe is chasing. Joe will have DRS in the second DRS zone. We'll see if that is enough for him to make a move on our leader. And it is not going to be enough at this time. Ramsey continues to hold the lead. Maybe even putting a few extra car lengths on Joe there. Kind of hard to tell, but yeah, really strong performance from Ramsey there. Coming back from that 2-3 second delta after being undercut, he is charged back up to catch up to Mr. Bean, and not only catch up but make the pass and start maybe perhaps even pull away a little bit. You always love to see a season end this way. This is a pleasure for me to commentate. Glad that I could take an opportunity to bring this to you all. This is a great race, and this definitely deserves to be immortalized on YouTube and Twitch and wherever else. Really solid championship battle. So Ramsey appears to have found significant pace now. Even though the cars behind him have DRS, they are not closing up nearly as much as they would have expected to. So Ramsey will enter the second DRS zone with a half a second advantage. Would find it pretty unlikely that Joe is going to be able to do anything with the DRS here, given that advantage. As you see there, Pixel Knight has picked up a 3-second penalty. These guys deal with worn tires. Becomes a lot harder to keep it on track, a lot easier to pick up some unexpected, unwanted warnings. So of course that is something to keep an eye on for our front runners. That could decide the race win, that could decide the championship. But as of when we had checked a few laps ago, that was not a factor. And I've not seen any instance of these guys going off the track that should be flagged by the game. So hopefully this does end up getting decided on the track. So Ramsey's advantage hovering between 0.5 and 0.7 of a second. At the moment, he does appear to be well in control of this race. He has managed to find some pace. So again, Joe and Mr. Bean with DRS, but Ramsey is holding serve. We have had a caution. Looks like Nico John has run into trouble, or he has quit the race. Looks like he perhaps spun out here, but he is going again. He's making a pit stop. He's probably got some wing damage. It's unfortunate to see, not the way you want to end your season, but hopefully he is able to keep it going and doesn't DNF. Our battle up front, still got Ramsey in the lead, but Joe Biden has closed the gap a little bit. Mr. Bean also right behind. There's no telling how this thing could end now, but we've got a good one on our hands. We now got 5 laps to go in season 14, Pure L Tier 1 competition. 5 laps to decide who's going to be our final race winner of the season. 5 laps to decide who's going to be our champion. And haven't talked about it a whole lot, as we've been really focused on the drivers' battle here. But our Constructors' Championship is still up for grabs as well. In addition to battling for the Drivers' Championship, Ramsey and Mr. Bean's teams are both in contention for the Constructors' Championship. So unfortunately, I don't have the numbers right in front of me. Don't know where things stand there. But I know McLaren did enter the race with a little bit of an advantage. But with Ramsey being 2 positions in front, the Yuppie being 4 positions in front of Nico John, Haas are on track to earn more points here today. I'm just not sure if it'll be enough. I don't think it will. Perhaps someone can fact check me and figure that out for us in real time. It is too much for me to try to do while commentating. Through the 2 DRS zones, Ramsey continues to hold the lead. Joe and Mr. Bean are right there, though. This should be a thrilling finish for us. Ramsey crosses the line. We now have 4 to go. Mr. Bean is making a move on Joe Biden here on our front stretch. Mr. Bean has made it back up to 2nd place. But we'll have to pay close attention here to see if he has DRS, because he is right on the edge of 1 second behind, and I do not believe he is going to have DRS on this lap. I believe he was just outside that 1 second window. So we'll see here when we get into the zone if that wing opens up. But I do not believe he will. No, as it stands now, Ramsey has cleared the DRS gap. Ramsey has the lead by a growing gap of now 1.6 seconds. Ramsey is seeing that first top flight PRL championship right in front of him, and he's gone after it. Again, previously won a Tier 2 championship, I believe in Season 6, but he is chasing that first top tier championship. And he is well positioned to do that as things stand now, with a 1.7 second lead, as we see Joe Biden has repassed Mr. Bean. And Mr. Bean falling back just a little bit. Joe Biden 1.5 seconds behind Ramsey. Ramsey has taken this race, taking the reins of this race. He is well in command here at this point, as we are crossing the line for 3 laps to go. But Ramsey will have Mr. Bean's teammate, Nico John, in front of him. Nico about to go a lap behind. May be a factor by the end of this race as to who gets DRS, who doesn't. That'll be something to keep an eye on. But at this stage, Ramsey is too far behind him for that to be a concern. As we continue to watch clean driving from that Haas, holding that advantage steady, 1.6, 1.7 seconds. Joe Biden continuing to drive around in 2nd place with Mr. Bean behind. GK Bass is making a pit stop. It looks like he will make a run at our final fastest lap of the season here. But he is fallen out of the top 10 in the process, but he is going to be close enough to the guys in front that he could potentially get back there. Maybe not. But we're going to focus on the battle for the race win and the battle for the championship for the rest of this race. No disrespect to the rest of the guys on this grid, but this is a very thrilling battle. Last few laps, Ramsey has made it look a little less thrilling, but he has had to work very hard to earn that. This has been a tough battle. 2 laps to go. Ramsey continues to hold the lead. Got about a 1.7 second advantage. He's worked very hard to come from behind after the getting undercut. He was about 2-3 seconds behind Mr. Bean, but he made that up. He caught up to Mr. Bean, made the pass, and he has managed to pull away by the slightest of margins now and has a comfortable 1.8 second lead. As comfortable as it gets in these tight quarters. He is going through these long straights for the next to last time in this race. About 28 or 29. He can taste it at this point. It's just all about being careful. Don't make any big mistakes. That lead has managed to grow even more. It's now up to 2.6 seconds. I'm not sure if Mr. Bean maybe made a mistake or if Ramsey just has that much more pace at this stage, but yes, Ramsey has this race well in control at this point. Morris has picked up a 3-second time penalty, and Ramsey is crossing the finish line for the next to last time. We are on the final lap of this race, the final lap of Season 14 Tier 1 competition. Ramsey with a 2.7 second advantage in the race and in the championship. Impressive drive from him today. Really impressive drive from all of our top 3, but very impressive from Ramsey to come back from being undercut, make up that time gap, and get to the lead and even pull away now, as he has managed to do here in the last few laps. Now almost a 3-second advantage. So he goes through this chicane here for the last time. Linus in the Sauber has gotten by its Furzy a little farther back. But here we are, going through Sector 3 for the final time today. Ramsey now with a 3-second lead. Even if he picked up a couple of warnings, he would still have this race in control. And we are coming around the final corner. Ramsey in the Haas is your Tier 1 champion in Season 14. Congratulations to him on a great season. Picked up his first win of the season in the final race here, but it was all he needed. He has put in a ton of amazing, consistent performances throughout the season, a bunch of podiums, showing up every week. He's done what you need to do to win the championship. Well-deserving championship for Ramsey there. Mr. Bean comes in third, unfortunately. Faded a little bit after that great battle. Joe comes home second place. I'm not sure how the points are going to shake out on the constructor's side, but that change of position may make things a little interesting. There you see Stampos. Linus has come home in fourth. It's Furzy in fifth. Adri K in sixth. Justin in seventh. Morris in eighth. Tim Grun ninth. Ghost Viper in 10th. GK Bass in 11th. The Yuppie, his return to PRL, he is 12th in the Haas. Again, that could be a factor in our Constructors' Championship battle. I just don't have the numbers in front of me. Jay Story in the Williams, 13th place. Pixel Knight 14th. Craig in 15th, it appears. I think Pixel Knight had a time penalty, but it's not going to be enough. Nico John, our final card across the finish line, and Season 14 is a wrap for Tier 1. So that is it. Tier 1 PRL Season 14 is in the books. There's your winner, your race winner. There's your champion. Ramsey has done it. His first Tier 1 championship in PRL for a great season. Really a great season by everybody, but Ramsey has went out there and earned the championship in the final race of the season. Congrats to him. Congrats to Mr. Bean and Joe on great seasons as well. Those guys have been at the front the entire season. It was pretty fitting to see these guys in the season 1, 2, 3. And there you have the game's assessment on how things went today. Ramsey is your race winner. GK Bass has scored the fastest lap. Yuppie the driver of the day. And we will make sure we go through here and grab all the stats and everything that we need. Get race director if anyone is going to need that. A lot of track limits warnings, a couple of incidents. I got what I could get. Oh, hopefully if anyone needs that, they get it on their own. But thank you all for joining us for season 14 of Tier 1. It's been a pleasure to present this race. My name is Toriels48. Make sure you join us on Wednesday for the midweek tier finale. And make sure you join us come mid to late October as we pick back up with season 15 of PRL. Thank you.